Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we are going to talk about special education programs and services. For the learning outcomes, at the end of this topic, the students will describe the different special education programs and services offered by the Philippine public and private schools. Also, the students will be able to enumerate the support services extended to children with special needs. Okay, let's proceed to our topic. We have special education programs and services. An array of special education programs and services are available in the country. These are offered by the public schools and private institutions. Number one, we have SPED Education Center. The SPED or the Special Education Center is a service delivery system which operates on the school within a school concept. The SPAD Center functions as the base for the special education programs in a school. A SPAD principal administers the center following the rules and regulations for a regular school. The special education teacher manage special and self-contained classes, mainstreaming, tutorial or mentoring, assessment, parent education, guidance and counseling, and advocacy programs. Also, one of the functions of the special education teacher is he or she is a consultant to the regular school in planning and implementing appropriate strategies for the maximum participation of the special children in the regular class. Okay, so the next one is special class or self contained class. It is the most popular type among the special education programs. A special class is composed of pupils with the same exceptionality or disability. The special education teacher handles the special class in the special education center or resource room. Thus, in public and private regular schools, there are special classes for children with mental retardation, giftedness and talent, hearing impairment, visual impairment, learning disabilities, or behavior problems. Okay, now let's proceed to the next special education programs. This is what you call integration and mainstreaming program. These allow children and youth with disabilities to study in regular class and learn side by side with their peers for the last 50 years. Integration was the term used earlier. At present, it is no longer unusual to find blind, deaf, and even mentally retarded students participating in regular class activities at certain periods of the school day. The preferred term is mainstreaming. So there are two types of mainstreaming. The first one is partial mainstreaming. Children who have moderate or severe forms of disabilities are mainstream in the regular classes in subjects like physical education, home technology, and music and arts. The next type of mainstreaming is what you call full mainstreaming. Children with disabilities are enrolled in regular class and recite in all subjects. A special educator or special education teacher assists the regular teacher in teaching the children with special needs. Likewise, the special education teacher gives tutorial lessons at the SPED center or resource room. The best of mainstream special education program is exemplified at the Division of Manila City Schools, built around the Salahis concept of special education or rays of the sun. 15 elementary schools have developed mainstream programs that are supplemented with resource room activities. In school divisions, where one special education teacher serves two or more programs in separate schools, the itinerant plan is used. The special education teacher travels. Thus, the word itinerant to the schools to assist the regular teachers where the children are mainstream and to attend to other needs of the program. Now, let's proceed to this. We have some activities that take place in the regular classroom. While the class is discussing activities on saving the environment, the deaf can work on the collage of pictures in the topic. Next, prompts or cues are added. Inserting addition symbol, make them large and write them in red. Remind students, draw an addition symbol on the arm. Okay, now let's have other programs such as Special Day School. This serves one or more types of disabilities. The special education classes are taught by trained teachers. Aside from special education, a comprehensive array of service is available or arranged, such as medical, psychological, and social services. Examples of special day schools are the Southeast Asian Institute for the Deaf and the St. John Mary Vianney Special School for the Mentally Retarded in Quezon City. Now let's proceed to the residential school. This provides both special education and dormitory services for its students. Complementing the curricular programs are house parent services, diagnostic services, guidance and counseling, recreation, and social activities. The School for the Deaf at the Philippine National School for the Blind in Pasay City and the Elsie Gatches Village School for Children with Mental Retardation in Alabang are examples of residential school. Okay, now let's proceed to the support services for children with special needs. At least two types of support services are extended to children with special needs. First, while the special education program can implement only the screening and informal assessment so that the children can be enrolled in the program as early as possible. Referral services are solicited from medical and clinical specialists as soon as possible. Some of the specialists are letter A, clinical psychologist, school psychologist, and psychometrician. Okay, these are for psychological testing. Next, we have medical doctor and dentist. This is for general checkup of all children. We have ophthalmologists for blindness and low vision. Othologist or otolaryngologist hearing is this is for hearing loss, deafness, language and speech disorder. We have neurologist and child psychiatrist. This is for mental retardation, learning disabilities, and emotional behavioral disorders. Next, we have speech therapists. This is for language and speech problem. We have physical and occupational therapist. This is for physical disabilities. We have interpreter for the deaf, who communicates verbal activities to deaf children through speech reading, sign language and gestures, orientation and mobility instructor. This teaches independent travel technique to blind children. Okay, let's have assistive devices. These are specialized instructional materials and equipment that enable children with special needs to function efficiently. For blind students, we have Braille writer, Braille slate and stylus. We have Braille books, Braille calculator, arithmetic slate, computer with voice synthesizer, embossed materials, manipulative materials, talking books, tape recorder, and Braille paper, as you can see here in the picture. Okay, so these are the assistive devices for the blind students. I hope you are familiar with these assistive devices. All right, so let's proceed to the support services for low vision students. We have large print books, large print typewriter, magnifying lenses, grade 1 line pad paper. Okay, now for deaf students, you have individual hearing aid, sign language book, speech kit, group hearing aid, and that's it for the deaf students. These are the assistive devices for deaf students. How about for children with mental retardation? Now, teacher made materials specific to the individual education plan or IEP on the functional curriculum and adaptive behavioral skills. And for children with physical disabilities, we have mobility devices such as wheelchair, braces and splints, adjustable decks, tables, and chairs, also communication aids for clear speech, and adaptive computer system. All right. Thank you for listening. So that would be the end of our discussion for the special education programs and services. Thank you and see you for the next video. Goodbye.